Good day, folks. This is another video about making placemats. Today's video, however, will be about more placemats, but making them, making them as you go. Okay, so yesterday, y'all saw me, I posted a video about, and this is weird, no, my recording skills have not improved. I posted a video with a two-sided placemat. Now I'm using the exact same forms. These are ones well, they're not my design, but I came up with the size and stuff. Alright, and I'm doing these per holiday. So we have the Christmas one that was done yesterday. This is a Halloween one, but this is going to be an octagonal Halloween one. I have to add another black here and another black here. And then I will add probably this color to go across to make that, I don't know, we'll work it out. So this one, I am, however, sewing, flipping over, and ironing on as I go. No particular pattern, just me cutting out pieces, marking them, and then sewing them on, ironing them, and going on about my business. Now, I know everyone does not have all of the tools or most of the tools that are associated. What did I lose that? I did. Most of the tools associated with sewing for a more easier sewing. So I try to use things I know everybody has, so you can see that what I do is possible with and for everyone with anything. Now this is a dollar mat that I got from Dollar Tree. Okay, so it's $1. Now you can do that and cut that, or you can take the line I marked, dang it, and use the scissors. Don't mind me, I have thread everywhere. I'm trying to pick it up, but apparently I'm missing some. All right, you want to make sure you get this under there. This line doesn't have to be perfect, simply because, and I really think somebody robbing me of my scissors. And I know it. This midget is ridiculous. I don't even know why I keep touching my stuff. And I know it's a man. Just every time something's just missing. Anyway, so I do that. I'm not putting my ironing mat over here because I need the space. So I'm gonna go to the ironing board over here. I'm not moving the video neither. And I'm going to iron this down a whole lot more so that it'll fit. And then I'm going to show you how I add the next pieces. So I'm using my mini iron, which y'all have seen on previous videos, because the big iron, well, it takes up too much space. And I don't want that. And again, nothing has to be perfect. You just want stuff to lay down. So we have the centerpiece, which was random because I only had a little bit of fabric. I had 2 of these pieces, which I cut in half. And then I made strips. Then I was like, you know what? Everybody got strips. I don't want strips. What else can I do? Then I was like, you know what? I can make this a 2-sided thing. That's what I'm going to do. So I've got strips, and I'm just sewing as I go. Stitching and sewing as I go. All right? The squares aren't even the same size. Only thing I do is make sure that they are even. Other than that, nothing is particular. Okay? So, I'll show you. I put this on here. I need this to come at least to right here. So I mark it. And I do a little bit over anyway, just because you can cut it long, but you can't cut it shorter. And I take my ruler. That somebody else done moved. Oh, it's me. It's me this time. It's just me this time. And I see how much I have. I don't want to go smaller than 3.5. So this is 4. I don't want 4. So we'll do 3.5. Y'all hear noise downstairs? That's Haven and Boom tearing up stuff downstairs. And kids know 1, 2, 3.5. All right, this is 3.5. I'm putting in the blade on this because I know I dulled it with what I was doing. All right, and then I'll go down. And I said I cut that thing off. But I'll go down and I'll do the other side. 1, 2, 3.5. All right. Now, since the smart side of me cut the measurements off, I have to put it back on. See what it got. And again, you just want it to be on the outside of it. Just enough go over. So I know this is even here. And I just need to cut this even here. I don't like that glare. Bugs me. And again, you can, I do have a trash can over there. You can use the scissors. Just make sure you do your lines. Now, with this one, I make sure this one was supposed straight because I did this side, but I didn't make sure that was straight because that looks a little bit crooked. The nerve, right? Look a little bit crooked now. Just a little bit. Don't need that. All right. You just want to make sure your edges are straight, because if you have one undone edge, I'll tell y'all, last week Haven just went in here and took off my rotary blades. It's just the things he do sometimes. I say to myself, why? All right. So now that you have like this, I take it, as soon as I remember where I put my pins at. That's 1, that's 2. I try to do 3 pins, and I'm going to put this over just a little bit more. Now you're only going to sew where the line is. Now, other thing I found out the hard way, not today, but I was reminded today, why a walking foot machine or a walking foot for a non-walking foot machine is necessary. It is necessary because you cannot feed thick fabrics through a machine. Technically you can, but they're going to cause such a fuss. That's me and my kombucha. I drink it. It's very good. Haven says it's like death in a bottle, but you know, I don't pay him much attention. So if you put something like this under there, it's going to bunch it up and cause the fabric to push to the other side. So I'm showing y'all that I'm not sewing this on the industrial. I'm using my regular brother machine. Granted, this is the one I usually don't do this thing on, but all the machines downstairs and I was not moving it. Alrighty. Got my walking foot apparatus. And I'm lining it up with the edge. Got my stitch length on 4. And I'm just matching the edge of the walking foot with the edge of the green fabric. And it's not making any bumps so far. And here you have it, stitched. And I'm going to go over here and iron it down. I truly should have put it on the table, but see, I don't have enough room on there because I have other stuff on there. I'll show you. You turn your don't burn your fabric, but you make sure you have your iron up hot enough to stick this stuff here to that. But you don't want to stretch your fabric, okay? So here you go. Back over here. Take a little bit. All right. So I've ironed this down. It's not like hard pressed, but it's pressed enough for this to be down. And what'll happen is you don't want to stress this, okay? You want the seam to be nice and neat, but you don't want stress lines because then you'll see your threads. So I thought about doing green, then red, make it an even block. And I was like, you know what? I want it to look like, something that just came across my mind. So then I thought, I'll just do it like a log cabin. Now this part is a little bit more tricky because you don't have the lines to be even since you went over. And all you have to do with that, and if a pen helps you see better, line up the amount of fabric in the middle, because that's your straight line. And just draw a straight line down. That's all you have to do. And then you take that. I know these are even because I cut these already. And you line these up on that line. And now you have another straight line for you to sew. And you take those same, well, this is a little bit longer, so you'll need 4 to 5 pins that I keep moving. And you will pin it down. I'm making bags now. And it's with leather, so no pins. And it was a very weird transition because I'm so used to pinning everything. And with bags, especially with leather, you can't have pins because it makes holes in the fabric. So I spent a lot of time reminding myself I can't put a hole in this. So crazy. So crazy. I'll actually do you one better this time. And I'll move it because I'm going to sew this on. Now, we just have to find, found it. I'll bring the ironing mat over here this time so y'all can see this last time. Well, you know, this time of me ironing. Then I'm going to do another video for another holiday. So as you go. That way y'all can see me. There's different methods to making stuff. And y'all know I like to do the whole process because the reality is you get on these machines and stuff and it's not something that just starts and finishes. It's a project. All right. Back stitch. You don't have to back stitch, but I prefer back stitching. It depends on the machine. I want to make sure it stays nice and crisp. No puff. Don't want any puff. All right. And we will cut off the ends. Tops and bottoms and tops. And then for the back, which will technically, this will be a two-sided one as well. You can you can sew as you go on the back, but you're gonna have to make sure that it's a pattern of stitches that will be decorative enough to be okay with the front when you turn it over. So I always tell people, if you do a sew as you go pattern, make sure you can decorate the other side of it and it won't mess up the stitching pattern on the other side. Sewing is a lot of thinking ahead, believe it or not, and a lot of people, I tell you, it's that scissors every single time. A lot of people don't consider how much forethought goes into stitching until they've messed something up and they can't figure out how or why they messed it up. And it's because you have to think ahead. Now I'm gonna cut off the green part, and this is not paper scissors. You can tell it's not even sharp. This is my dress scissors. But I like to use my scissors for what they're for, as to not match up my sharpness of them. But I don't know where my other scissors are right now, so I'm stuck with these. As I was saying, forethought. So we take this, and you're just doing it with your finger. See if you pull it, see the thread, nope. You're just doing it with your finger, and you take the iron. So I'm take your right foot, put your right foot in, take your, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Do the whole. That's a song I hadn't heard in so long. I hadn't heard it since since 2011. When Jared was in elementary school. I remember that because they had this play in the gym. And they had to do a dancing skit. That was the last time I heard that song. Alright, so now you have this, okay? So we're not worrying about going over the edges because we all know that they're going to be cut off on this side. So don't even worry about it. Alright, now we have a little on this side and a little on this side and a little here. What are we going to do? I'll tell you what we're going to do. We are going to take, I can't do red because that matches. So I'm going to take a color for this and put that across here. All right? Because that's the dog one. I could do a white one. Couldn't I have? I don't want to do that silver one. I could do another shade of green. These are the thoughts that I go with. All right? And then, well, let's see how it looks. If I put, that looks festive. It does, and it fits festive, but I don't want to mess up that because I need that size. So, I'll leave these where they are. And I will, let's see if I think this one can, well, let's fold over to be enough though, because it's sort of short. No, this won't fold over to be enough. Alright, so I can stitch that one because that one won't fold over to be enough. However, won't be enough on that side. Neither. What do I want to put around it? I am going to do, so the complementing fabric, just in case you're wondering, is this fabric. This is the fabric that's going to be on the back. I thought about doing candy canes, but I was like, no, it'll be too much. But I like this fabric for the back. It'll be a solid for the back, or I could do more stripes with it. Either way, it's going to be on the back. With this one, I do have another green. I don't know. This goes with designing. Yes, you can go and measure all the stuff out. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's not how I want to be. So, I'm going to take a green and go here, a green and go here, and then I can put a red strip at the bottom. Deal? That will solve all of my problems, and I'll do it for a 3-inch green on all of the sides. That way it'll be enough to go over, and then I just need a little red at the bottom. And I have, yeah, really it's just that part. I don't need a little bit more red, but I have more red, don't you worry. Alright, so we're going to do, probably can do 2.5 inches instead of, let's need to go here, so that is, how much is that? That is 2.5 inches it is. So I need to cut 2.5 inch strips, 2 of them. I don't need it that long, but I like to be safe. Next thing y'all gonna see me burn myself because I've forgotten that thing was there. That iron. very much like something I would do. All right, to make this short and sweet, you need 2.5 inches. Measure it from the bottom. That's 1, that's 2, that's a half. And that's going to cover how much I need. And I will cut. I see the videos and they quickly do the stuff. I'm like, you know what? I know that's not how that works. Sometimes in a project you change your mind about how something looks. Sometimes you actually go with your design. Most of the time you change your mind. And you change your mind several times. So it's like, wait a minute. Didn't I just say that? No. I changed my mind, remember? That's what happens. It's one of those things of sewing. We change our minds a lot. Okay, so you have me attaching the green to the red, straight down. And once this video is put together, I will try to speed it up as much as I can. Once I can figure it out. Haven, no playing downstairs. My work stuff are down there as well. Oh, okay, but no jumping around. They get into so many things. Like, well, what in the world? Right? Wonderful. Pin. Then we're going to sew it. And don't think you have to rush, you know. I say somebody get tired, they don't watch the whole video, don't watch it. That's all I can say. Because I can't go no faster than I'm going. And I'm not trying to be like anybody else. So, if you're wondering, how can you sew like the next person? Don't wonder that. Wonder if you can sew as good as the next person and what you can do to get you to that level and keep it going. Stressing over something, you know, I've been sewing for years. I have also crocheted for years. So when I tell you, and I learned these things from people that were way older than me. I mean, they had a whole nother lifetime before I even was thought of. So, and I never once said, I wonder if I can be like them or be as good as them. No, I said to myself, I hope that I can be, as good as them, but not like them. You learn your own style. Now, what I'm searching for up here is the top, okay? But I'm just dropping stuff. That's my task on this table. Because I want to make sure the stitch goes all the way to the end. one side. And it's this scissors situation again. Oh my goodness. Y'all done see me lose. No, I had 3 scissors. None of them was the scissors I need. Now I don't have all one of them scissors. I'm all right. And maybe you have an attention problem, or you know, something that prevents you from being as patient as the next person with a project like this. So stressing yourself out trying to you know, conform to their way of doing things, it's an unnecessary punishment to yourself. I heard him call me, but he didn't repeat it, so guess he didn't need me. All right, I'm taking this out. All right, so now we have the 2 sides. That's complete. We just have the bottom that's left, and I'm still dropping stuff. Oh my. We will iron these out. I told them I was gonna play Uno with them in 30 minutes, so you know they done time me. All right. Half the reason I can't find stuff is because I have so many things on this table. Personally, I could throw all these things on the floor, but then I'll have to be picking them off the floor and looking for them, because that's what I will do. All right, all right. So now we have the ends, and this goes over to cover it. It does. And again, you're just pressing it to get that initial stick. Once you get it,